Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
That breaking news coming from Governor Whitmer announcing that salons will be allowed to reopen in Metro Detroit in 10 days. It is the news that a lot of people here in Michigan were waiting for. Hair and nail salons will be back in business. Here's what the governor just announced. On June 10th, this coming Wednesday, salons and barbershops will be allowed to reopen in parts of northern Michigan and the UP. Then, on June 15th, they can reopen in Metro Detroit, statewide. Grant Herms is live with more on the big announcements from the governor. Hey there, Grant. A lot of people are cheering.
Hey, it is an exciting announcement from the governor. She said she opened up regions 6 and 8. That's just a 5-day turnaround, though, for those businesses who are eager to reopen. We can break down some more of these businesses. So that's hair and nail salons. That includes barbershops and massage spas, but also movie theaters, outdoor sports venues, and gyms. On top of that, indoor gatherings will be allowed to be opened up to 50 people or 25% capacity, whichever one is smaller. Outdoor gatherings like weddings, up to 250 people. Outdoor sporting or concert venues and events can have up to 500 people, but people at those events will still have to stay socially distant. She also said those same businesses, as we just said, will be able to be reopened across the state on June 15th, as long as we continue in a positive trending direction. She also apologized to salon and barbershop owners who felt slighted by a comment she made last week when she told people to look up how to cut their own hair online.
I know that some of my comments the other day about Googling it were taken as not in the way that I intended, and I apologize for that. I think that this is an important profession. I know everyone's eager to be able to get back to work, and customers are eager to get back there too. So personal care that's a great step forward.
Obviously a big announcement there for those shop owners who have been struggling to keep the lights on during the pandemic, and those of us who could use a haircut of our own here. It's going to be exciting 10 days. We'll have reactions this evening at 5 and 6 from both gym owners and salon owners.
All right. Thank you very much. We appreciate it, Grant. Positive surprise today in the job market. That suggests the meltdown triggered by coronavirus has bottomed out. The unemployment rate fell to 13.3% in May. That is down from 14.7% from the month before. 2.5 million jobs were added as states and businesses begin to reopen across the country. Still, with this good news, economists predict the unemployment rate could stay in double digits into next year. Now, that news gave a shot of adrenaline to the stock market this morning. Take a look at the Dow. Jumped right now up some 900 points in early trading. Obviously, some good financial news. It will be another day of protests across the country sparked by the death of George Floyd. This is a live look at West Bloomfield, where marches started at noon. It's starting at Maple and Orchard Lake. Protesters will march to the police department on Walnut Lake Road. We've got a crew there, and of course, we'll be covering that. Meantime, protests in Detroit once again ended peacefully last night. Demonstrators will be back out today in front of DPD headquarters and on Belle Isle. They'll be marching across the MacArthur Bridge leading to Belle Isle at 3 o'clock this afternoon. The bridge will be shut down then until that march is over. Organizers are asking people to join them, but please wear a mask. Short time ago, President Trump addressed the nationwide protests in the wake of George Floyd's death.
Equal justice under the law must mean that every American receives equal treatment in every encounter with law enforcement, regardless of race, color, gender, or creed. They have to receive fair treatment from law enforcement. They have to receive it. We all saw what happened last week. We can't let that happen. Hopefully George is looking down right now and saying there's a great thing that's happening for our country. There's a great day for him. It's a great day for everybody. This is a great day for everybody. This is a great, great day in terms of equality.
From coast to coast, another night of protests. It came hours after Floyd was remembered in a memorial service where speakers vowed Floyd's death will change America. As Gabe Gutierrez reports, we're also learning more about what led up to his death.
From New York To Charlotte, to Los Angeles, a 10th night of mostly peaceful protest. After a day of healing and prayers honoring George Floyd.
All these people came to see my brother, and that's amazing to me that he touched so many people's hearts.
What happened to Floyd happens every day in this country. It's time for us to stand up in George's name and say, get your knee off our necks.
Closing the service, a powerful moment. Nearly 9 minutes of silence, the length of time prosecutors say Floyd was under the knee of former officer Derek Chauvin. Charged with second-degree murder, he's still not commented and is due in court Monday. But while Minneapolis mourned George Floyd, the 3 other fired officers accused of aiding and abetting murder faced a judge for the first time. Ex-officer J. Alexander King's attorney says it was only his client's 4th day as a full-fledged cop and that he allegedly told the other officers, "You shouldn't do this." The attorney for ex-officer Thomas Lane said he was also a rookie cop who asked Chauvin, "Shall we roll him over?"
You got to have criminal intent for second-degree murder, and frankly, this is bull.
Court documents say former officer Tu Tao blocked a bystander who tried to help Floyd. His attorney says he's cooperating. For the first time, we're also hearing from a passenger inside Floyd's vehicle, Maurice Lester Hall, who told CNN Floyd did not resist.
Floyd showed him hands, put his hands in the air as a sign of, here go my hands, I'm not moving in the vehicle.
Public viewing and memorial service are scheduled tomorrow in North Carolina, where George Floyd was born. He'll be buried on Tuesday in Houston. 2 police officers in Buffalo, New York have been suspended for knocking down a 75-year-old man during a protest. He was caught on video and warning, it is difficult to watch. The man was seen walking up to officers as a police line moved forward, and it appears he's speaking with the officers when one pushes him back. And then he stumbles right there, loses his balance, falls down. He immediately started bleeding from his head. Some officers moved on, some stopped to help him. The officers involved have been suspended without pay. The man is in serious condition this afternoon, but is stable. As we still continue to deal with coronavirus, we are now getting word the first case of West Nile has been detected in Michigan this year. Virus was found in a captive hawk from Lapeer County. Last year, 12 Michiganders were infected with West Nile. 20 animals and birds were infected as well. The state says the best way to protect yourself from mosquitoes is using EPA-registered insect repellents and make sure your doors and windows have tight-fitting screens. Taking a look at your forecast, it is going to be a nice day for most of us. Look at Brandon enjoying that sunshine. It is a great way to end the week, isn't it, Brandon?
It sure is. Although the way we end our week and our day could end with a bang. So we're watching out as heat and humidity is building here in Grosse Pointe Woods. It's a little steamy. West-northwest winds are helping to keep the humidity down a little bit. You can see 83 at Metro. We have temps getting to about 88, so we'll have a heat index in the low 90s. 88 is the 3-4 o'clock temperature, and we do have a severe threat between 3 and 8 p.m. for the entire area, really. So unfortunately, we don't get a big widespread rain that we need, and certainly not looking for a big widespread severe event. We have a cold front coming into a warm and muggy atmosphere. Right now, we are good to go. Quick look at the computer models tracking this front. There's 4 p.m., still a little west and north of us, but as it comes through, our Paul Gross said a small chance at some big storms. Karen will take a closer look at that and what it means for your weekend next.
All right, looking forward to it. Thank you, Brandon. Major freeway closure this weekend at Metro Detroit. I'm going to tell you the area to avoid and the devastating moment a landslide destroyed several buildings, leaving them floating in the middle of the sea. Dramatic video coming up. A major development in the death of Ahmaud Arbery. What a judge has decided will happen in the case against the 3 men charged in his murder.